Was it body break?
Body break. Whatever. Hi everybody, this is Lynne from Lines on Fitness.
Tanya from Live Wellness Life Coaching.
Hey, we didn't laugh that time. And we're here today to do our video podcast, our weekly video podcast. I'm not sure what I was going to say there. For the Invest in Yourself. Of course, what?
I got the splashback.
Splashback from the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to do this outside, but then it started pouring.
Hailing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't see the hail, but I saw the rain.
It was hailing.
So, okay.
There you are.
There you are. All right, so for the weekly podcast, we are going to talk today about personal responsibility in, I guess, your action steps.
Mm-hmm. What are action steps, Lynn?
I love when you put me on the spot, Tanya. Well, action steps are something that we introduce in our level 1 course. And basically, it's a goal that you guys have, and you put steps behind it to achieve it.
Action steps.
Action steps, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because you got to break it down, right?
Yeah, and small, achievable time frames and, well, steps to get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Because if you have a goal of, I want to lose 50 pounds, you can't just go, I want to lose 50 pounds and know how to do it.
Yeah.
You got to break it down. Well, what do you got to do? I got a meal plan. I got to pre-shop. I got to pre-cook. I got to, figure out where, how I'm going to work out. You got to put that in the budget.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, and so, just so it's making your big goal achievable by making micro little goals, I guess, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, with all the laws that we speak of, the law of attraction, the law of allowing, the law of creation, all that stuff, you have to have personal responsibility behind all of that, because you can wish for this all you want, but if you're going to sit on the couch and wait for this stuff to happen, it ain't going to happen.
That's right.
So,
Actually, I had the perfect law here.
The perfect
to back that up, but please continue while I look.
So when we were doing this with our business coach, that was the biggest thing that she kept stating was, like, we can give you all this information, and same with the level, like in the courses, when we give you guys all this information, it's up to you guys to take the steps and the initiative to complete it. Because we can help you all we want, but we can't
make it happen.
We can't make it happen for you.
Yeah. So
it has to be on your own responsibility to get those done.
That's where the law of action comes in. That's actually the law of action is a universal law. So it's necessary to apply action to manifest here on earth, right? So it's important to take action in alignment with our dreams, our thoughts, our visions, our emotions, and to create what you want. So that's where the personal responsibility comes in. You can't look at somebody else and go, I want to experience this in my life, so this is what I want you to do. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
It has to come from within.
Yeah.
So we actually have some stuff that we want to share with you guys in our journeys on how we have to kind of step up for our personal responsibilities, because both of us have goals that we want to achieve this year. I have a Biggest Loser type challenge that I want to get off the ground, and you have your Empowering Kids camps.
Yes.
So we'll break down maybe each our own kind of things,
sure,
and the steps that we have to take to achieve that. I mean, our own little action steps for all y'all to follow.
Why don't you begin?
So for the Get Fit Transcona challenge, it's my Biggest Loser type challenge, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to introduce the 3 healthy aspects of a healthy lifestyle that I think are a healthy lifestyle. And so that's mindset, that's fitness, and nutrition.
Yeah.
So, and I also want to be able to help a lot of people lose a lot of weight. I mean, that's just what I do.
Or just get healthy.
Or get healthy. Just to introduce you guys to fitness, any type of healthy.
There's a lot of thin people out there, but they're not healthy.
When you could be super skinny and be very unhealthy because you have no bone density to hold your body up. Like, ooh, big words there.
Yeah.
Ooh. But it's true though, like, right? So, and a healthy body means you have to be healthy in all 3 aspects of your life. So what I wanted to do is we make teams of 4. You have to sign up, whatever, and then you work out, and there's a bunch of different time slots for you to work out in. And to introduce, so that was for the fitness part. That was easy. But I had to bring in, I brought in Tanya for the life coaching part of it because you need the mindset. You have to, I think if you don't have the mindset behind anything, then nothing will ever get achieved.
It will get achieved, but how the hell are you going to sustain it?
Yeah, because I think at some point there's a worth factor there that you just say, well, whatever. You know, I think you kind of give up on it.
And it also helps you with balance.
Yes.
Because you could achieve something, but then all the other aspects in your life are kind of neglected.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you achieve something that you want more than anything and yet create balance in all the other areas of your life that are extremely, just as important?
Yeah. And I think for me, like if I was to pyramid the importance of this, your foundation of a healthy life is your mindset. Because if you don't have a healthy mindset, then a lot of negative roots, they just pile themselves in and your foundation just gets crumbled. So that was the main thing. And so we collaborated our minds, and we're still kind of finalizing a lot of the details. But one of my action steps is to get that mindset part done. The second one is nutrition. If you're not going to eat healthy, then you can work out till you're blue in the face. You're not going to lose any weight, or you're not going to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I could work out every day. I could CrossFit every day. And then I can go to McDonald's and eat 5 Big Macs a day. And I'm probably going to gain weight. My cholesterol levels will be through the roof. And there's that importance. And then of course there's the fitness part of a healthy lifestyle. You need to be active. You need to be, and you need to do something that you really like. So that could be hockey. That could be whatever, baseball, basketball. Just
get
going
your
for
body
walks.
moving.
Yeah. But yeah, so for me to get all my action steps, we need sponsorships, and I need to collaborate with a lot of people.
Body Break.
I'm gonna ask Body Break. Can you please sponsor me in the Get Fit Transcona challenge? But and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to local businesses here in Transcona and see if anybody's willing to sponsor, which I think a lot of people are gonna hop on board. And then get the teams to sign up. So there's just a lot of little action steps to achieve. So all those action steps, guys, I mean, it leads you to your big goal, and you need to be able to step up, right? So last week, for example, I started programming already for the month of September. I've almost got half of October done already. I have all my business plans written out. I have all the sponsorship papers written out. I have all the registration forms for the team set up. I actually have some of the website part set up already.
No.
Yeah,
you didn't tell me.
See, I can keep some secrets. I just forgot to mention it. But yes, so some of the behind the scenes of the Get Fit Transcona is already up on the website. It's
like
just
other people who do the videos. And the website will be right here.
The underneath. Right here. Maybe I'll put it on the ticker. And it'll follow the ticker. Are we going the right way? It's just gonna start to like a ticker.
I don't know. Are we reversed?
We're reversed on here, but so I just kind of did this.
Okay.
So I'll catch it one way or the other. Mine starts, by the way, September 13th.
Oh, the Get Fit Challenge starts September 13th.
Yeah, the launch is that day.
That's exciting.
Exciting.
And there's going to be a big party.
2 big parties.
Big Transcona party.
Yeah.
A launch and then a...
The launch and then the wind up.
The wind up.
And that's going to be...
You know what I think is
uber
cool about this whole thing is that just being a part of LDF, you're involved in such a like-minded community and and you know what? There's more to the law of fellowship than just being around like-minded people and being able to celebrate them. You throw that energy together and you're able to create more energy in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. I think that was a really important thing that we left out on that last podcast. And
there might have been a couple of reasons why we forgot about that.
Because I wasn't drinking coffee.
We were drinking adult pop.
Adult pop? Okay. Anyways.
No? All right.
I've never
But no, that is very true, though. Because we could even take me and you, for example. When we're working on our own, we have like our own motivation, whatever. But once we actually get on the phone and we've talked for like 5.5 hours.
No,
but okay, we've talked for a little bit about whatever. We actually pump each other up so much in that energy
Yeah.
that a lot of crap gets done. Really, like
it
a
gets
lot of
done.
it. Yeah.
And I mean, you have all these amazing ideas. So in reference to LDF, you get these like-minded women together who all have similar interests and similar goals, and then you're able to even with if 5 people are done their burpees and there's 1 or 2 that are struggling and really, struggling to get through it, we all drop down and we help them complete it, right? And if you're working out on your own, and if there weren't that many people around, there's freaking dog hair floating around, man. And
my dog's sleeping over there.
Well, his dog hair is over here. And but I mean, how amazing is that? Like, that's a wonderful encouragement.
It is. And very much so is.
Like, when I started there and I was doing those Viper squats or whatever the hell it was, I was obviously the last one, right? Because it was new to me. And I see all these people standing around, and then Stacy comes up and she helps me finish it. Like, if she didn't do that, I'd probably say, screw it, I'm done. I did as much as I'm going to do today because I'm a newbie. But she did it with me, and she helped me. Her energy helped me finish it.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing with the community that we've developed at LDF.
Yeah, and I think it's wonderful for the Get Fit Transcona, because there's a lot of women out there, and I've worked with women for a few years now. There's a lot of women out there who don't have anybody outside of their household. Mm-hmm. And that's half the reason why they don't get out and do it.
Yeah.
But being involved in a challenge like this with a couple people from your workplace, you don't only get to achieve goals that you've always wanted to achieve, but you're doing it with people who you care about, and then you meet a whole lot of other people.
It's going to be good for everybody.
And I mean, we love Transcona, right? So we want to see our peeps succeed, yo. Gangster.
I was just about to
Transcona.
Anyways, so that's the Get Fit Transcona Challenge. There's going to be an official launch for that. Like, I think the day that we're ready to launch that, maybe we can, do a special podcast just for that.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about your camps and your action steps for your camps. First of all, describe what your camps are.
So I run an Empowering Kids Summer Day Camp, and I haven't found a place here in Transcona to run it through, so I'm doing it at the Glenwood Community Center, which isn't that far. It's St. Boniface, but it's on the corner of St. Anne's and St. Mary's, pretty much, so it's not too far.
That's able to tell.
Yeah, but they have wonderful, wonderful people there, and they give me access to so much. I have a boardroom, I have a classroom, and I also have a gym. So I have this. So August is pretty much almost full. We have a few more spots left, but basically, if you followed me at all, I run a 5-step empowering youth and women's program. So this day camp not only creates, we have a lot of physical activity, but we also I teach your kids about the universal laws, taking personal responsibility, creating self-worth where there was none, or it's whatever. We have children from all walks of life. I've had foster children in the camp. I've had children who are extremely well off and have wonderful supportive families at home. Again, I look at it and I think that we can all learn from each other, right? And they're all different ages, so the older ones experience how to mentor the younger ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have wonderful testimonials on the website. They phoned me before I even set up the dates for the camp, enrolling their kids, again, because they've seen such significant differences, and it really assists them in school.
It did. And it's helped Drake a lot. Mm-hmm. I had my son in it last year, and we always had a hard time communicating, and I separated from my husband last year, so he had a hard time with that, and it was it was tough, but it was good for him because then we were able to we just learned how to communicate through your vibrational teachings.
Yeah. So then, you know how a lot of kids, they have a challenging time communicating and telling you how they feel, because a lot of the times they have no idea how they feel. And as adults, hell, we still have that issue, right? So I teach them kind of how to feel what they're feeling rather than, and then we attach names to it.
Yeah.
So I introduce them to a lot of different names for the emotions that they may be feeling. Jealousy. So we talk about what jealousy is, and once they fully understand that, I teach them rather than feeling jealous, we can be happy for that other person, and how the law of attraction and deliberate creation plays a big part in that. Now, it may sound really confusing for you, but your kids, this is like easy peasy.
They soak it up.
They soak it up because it really, really resonates with them. It really resonates with them. It's easy for them. Any good feeling emotion, they eat up.
Yeah.
So why not do it this way? I've been working with women in their 40s, 50s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and it's hard for them to, transform those limiting beliefs that they've had since they were children. So your kids are coming to this camp and they're learning this at a young age. These are life-changing tools. As adults, the kick in the ass is knowing that these shitty things that are happening to you, you create your own reality, right? It's whether you know about it or not, you don't intend for these shitty things to be happening to you, but they are because of what you spend the majority of your time thinking about, right? So just imagine the fear and lack of self-confidence and self-worth that these little kids are going to school feeling every day.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be wonderful for you to see your child look in the mirror and go, wow, I look good. I feel good. I have a lot of people who really like me and accept me for who I am. And
it's
I've seen it happen with my own eyes. And this is going from 1 week, from Monday to Friday.
And you know what's cool about your empowering camps is that, I mean, we can just throw this all together though, but like if your kids are learning this stuff and you can learn this stuff with your kids.
Yeah.
I think that, and you guys can actually implement this stuff together, then you see a whole family transformation, not just for your kids.
Yeah. And last year, when I did the camp, I was teaching the kids these wonderful things. They were going home and talking to their parents about it, but their parents were unaware of what they were learning, right?
My sister had her son. Yeah, what's an affirmation? What's the law of attraction?
Yeah. So what I'm doing differently this year is I am going to set up a webinar. So I'm going to teach all the parents how to sustain everything that these children learn in the home. So there's going to be like a free 1 or 2 hour webinar that I'm going to offer to the parents so they can sustain this throughout the year.
So that's one action step for that.
Action steps for filling my camp up. I post my information on Facebook. I send out email reminders. I'm talking to everybody that I can about it.
We're talking about it on the podcast.
I'm actually asking people to, I'm individually messaging people that I think their children would really, really benefit from the camp.
I think, honestly, if, and this goes out to maybe the people that are in the Invest in Yourself course. I think if you guys have kids and you guys are in the city during the summer, I think it's worth them taking this camp because you guys are going to be able to connect with them. And you're going to be able to pass on your teachings with them. And then, again, it becomes that whole family
what's really cool about this, though, is that when they do take the camp, it's almost like they have this world of knowledge that they want to spread with their peer group.
Yeah.
So they're teaching their peers this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
My son teaches my daughter all the time. Her affirmations. She'll say something about, I don't know, about the grass being green. And he's like, that is not an affirmation.
Completely transformed our children through this. So I'm saying we because their father and I did it together. It wasn't just me, but that's how I kind of created this program. Was I seen a child who, couldn't even communicate at one point, go to being extremely confident and wanting to speak in schools about how, confident a child really can be.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so personal responsibility, guys, like it's a real thing, as well as all your action steps and your.
Oh, can I add one more thing to that? Personal responsibility. Okay. Now, I could sit back and go, okay, this worked in my life. How wonderful is my life? Do. But it's my personal responsibility to get out there and reach whoever it is that I can reach.
Yeah.
So that, having that realization really helped me get over the, oh, I'm too shy, I'm too scared, I can't stand up in front of a bunch of people because of this, and that, whatever limiting belief that I may have. Because it's my responsibility to get this information out there.
Yeah, and I mean, and our business coach is big on that too, right? I mean, we have this, well, and everybody has a natural talent that is, you're like pre-programmed for this stuff. And it's like your responsibility to share it with the world, because the world needs something that you have.
Yeah.
Like, when I look at what I can give to my clients, they needed that in some way, and I needed them in how whatever I drew, like whatever they drew from me, I drew from them. It was that, I think that's how you kind of link yourself. And it's your responsibility. If you guys have this, whatever it is, if you're a piano teacher, if you're a dog whisperer, whatever. A cat whisperer. Yeah, maybe contact her. You have this responsibility to the world. You have this stuff in you to give. It's a gift that you should be spreading on the world. And you have to know that you're worth doing that for. Because, I mean, I could hide away and sit at an office job all day, but it's not going to be who I am. I mean, I can't curse in an office, first of all. So that's just out the window right friggin' there. And actually, I've kept it pretty clean. You're the potty mouth in this podcast today.
Sorry.
But it's just to say, like, we each have our own goals or whatever, or our own responsibilities. And
if I didn't take personal responsibility for everything that I've learned in my life, then how many people would have missed out on
all this information,
creating wonderful lives?
Yeah.
Not only those kids that I worked with,
but the adults.
The adolescents that I worked with. I still have these kids that I worked with on reservations. They're still messaging me.
Really?
And looking to me for guidance and whatnot. And hell yeah, I'm going to be there. That is my responsibility.
I think it's cool because when you start to share your gift with the world, I got a message this morning from somebody I haven't really talked to in a little while, and it was just a picture that they saw on Facebook, and they sent it to me, and they said, I thought of you when I saw this. Mm-hmm. And it was, hey, you keep that shit up, or whatever, because you're fucking awesome, or whatever it is. But yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, when you actually hit that point in your life, and you know that you start to make a difference, when you start getting text messages, emails, Facebook messages, whatever, from people that you kind of was like, well, I haven't seen you in a while, but I guess programmed in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Like my best friend, right? Like, she knew what I did. She knew what I would teach. I would talk to her. I'd confide in her. I'd ask her for advice, and I'd share with her and whatnot. But when she came to see me speak at the workshop and she heard the ladies come up and voice their testimonials, she took me aside and she said, I knew what you did, Tanya, and I knew that it made a difference. She said, but I had no idea. I had no idea.
I don't think anybody has, like, especially, well, I guess, I don't think anybody in our lives, if they don't see us coaching, then they don't see the impact that we have.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, when my mom was blown away that right before I went for surgery, we had everybody met up at the tavern and we watched the Jets game. Yeah. And she was blown away that I had that many clients show up, and she was like, "Well, you're clearly impacting lives." And and it's, you know, but that's because we're taking we're taking our gift and we're owning up to it.
And it's our responsibility to share it. And it's uncomfortable as hell sometimes. Like, sitting here doing this podcast, like the first few podcasts, it was like, yeah. What do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I don't know. What do you want to talk about? And then we always fear, well, who's going to watch these things? But you know what?
Yeah. What are they going to think of me? I don't have any makeup on and my hair's not done.
I don't have any makeup
on. For 2 days, I didn't do it.
I didn't do my hair either. This is my hair from last night.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Just whatever. You know what I mean, though? Like, and then there's been challenges in our lives that it's like, that presents another challenge, like, well, what are, like, should I do the podcast? Shouldn't I do the podcast? And it's like, you know what? If one person out there watches this podcast and it can improve their lives some way, somehow, then it's freaking worth it. That is what I'm here to do.
I think I like what you can always come up with. Well, and I mean, we're not going to get too much into this, but you can always come up with an excuse of why not to do something. There's always an excuse to not do something. I'm tired. I'm having a bad day. Whatever it is, you can make an excuse. And I think when you actually start to do the things that you love, it completely transforms your mood.
Yeah, it does. Just like when with the competition, the CrossFit competition.
Yeah.
You guys, I was so scared. I was so scared. I'm like, yes, immediately. I'm like, yes, sign me up, because it's something that I've always wanted to do.
You were the first
right?
one on the list to sign up.
And then as it got closer to, I'm like, no, I really think that there's somebody better out there. I think you should ask this person.
All the time.
And blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh my God, Tanya.
She'd get the big OMFG written on the text. And then a phone call about 2 seconds after. With me doing this. Yeah. But I mean, and
then I did it. And now I'm like, yeah, I wasn't the best, but I did it. I worked my ass off, and I, like, actually did it.
Yeah.
Oh, we RX'd, didn't we?
Well, we RX'd the women's category, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean...
We were the only all-girl team. That's huge.
Yeah, we were the only all-girl team. Yeah. And it's a personal, again, that's another personal responsibility there, too, if you want to kind of take that. Because now she signed up for the team. Now I'm depending on her to, A, do the extra training, and which you did.
Yeah.
You took it every other Saturday. Oh my God, every Saturday. We were there for like 2.5 hours on top of the hour of the regular class. Some days we were there for 3 hours doing extra training.
It was like awesome, though.
It was so much fun. So now Saturdays have kind of become a training day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My classes are supposed to be an hour on Saturday mornings.
It was almost 2 hours yesterday.
My sister came. She's like,
She's like, it is 8 o'clock. It's supposed to be done, and we're just starting part B?
Yeah.
And there was a 4-parter that day? Yeah. Yeah.
She stuck it out.
She did. She did very well.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she did good.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's all part of the responsibilities. If you guys are going to, if you join a team, if you guys do whatever, you got to, again, there's no excuses for that. You got to do it. Commit. I will, I can. No? Okay.
Oh, do I have something?
No, I'm just saying I will, I can.
You were going to
finish with that commit part. Never mind.
Oh, I get it. That's your tagline.
It is, but I thought you'd help me out.
Why? Pre-plan this shit, Lynn.
Hey, we're on the fly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else do we have?
I think the law of allowing is like my favorite law. Because it is. And
even when I'm teaching the classes, and this is like something that I teach, I'm like,
Lynn,
go ahead, Lynn.
Take it.
Take it away.
And I will. Every time. Well, first of all, because I've had to do a lot of that stuff myself in my personal life. So, again, like, I think I've mastered that friggin' law. and so that...
So give us a definition. What is the law of allowing, Lynn?
To stick the whole thing in there, no?
It's very important to stick the whole thing in there. So let's stick it in there.
We're talking about the definition, right?
Yes. No, seriously, we talked about your,
Well, basically, I don't have the technical wording in front of me. And I don't have the actual law memorized. But basically, the law of allowing is just allow shit to happen. In my version, in my words, it's allowing shit to happen. Taking away...
I'll explain it the way I explain it after she explains it the way she explains it.
People will resonate with mine and people will resonate with yours.
Exactly. Go.
But there's it's kind of a two-parter. It's allowing yourself, first of all, and allowing others, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you got to allow stuff to happen for you. So you have to allow the receiving end of it. And that's something that I had to work on a lot. And I'm still having to work on that one a lot. Because I'm so fucking independent. I have a hard time accepting help. So that's something that I've been working on a lot myself. And allowing others to follow their own journey. So they have to be, I could not control her.
No.
Not even if I tried could I control her. So, but I wouldn't want to either, because it's not my journey, it's her journey. So it's allowing her to kind of do her own thing. It's allowing people to have their beliefs. It's allowing people to have their thoughts, and it's allowing people to have their ideas on what they think is right. I mean, if they think that the Buddhist is their God, then who am I to say, no, it's not, because
Or parenting, right? Yeah. Parenting is a big one.
Parenting's a big one, and me and you have had a lot of discussions because we parent our kids very, very different. But there's always a common ground, I think, in a lot of stuff. But yeah, like, I would never sit here and say, well, homeschooling is like gonna whatever. And she's never gonna sit there and say, well, putting your kids in school is gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. Because there's not one right way or one wrong way to do things. I think this is right for me. This is right for her. Mm. So why would I sit there and implement that? And adding all the extra stress on your life because you trying to control somebody else's thoughts? Like, why? I'll listen to some of my family talk, and I'm not going to get into names or anybody, but holy crap, just to listen to, while this person said this, and this, and this, and I'm like, well, does that really affect you? And they're like, no. I'm like, then why are you stressing about it? Mm-hmm. Just allow them to talk. And nod, and be respectful, but that's it.
So we've discussed the law of attraction, right? How a like emotion that you vibrate out there, you get that like back, along of the same kind of feeling vibration right back. Maybe not the exact same thing. So if you give money, it's not like you're going to get money, but you're going to get some sort of the same vibration back, right? Will I get some back?
I don't know.
Okay.
You might feel good about giving it.
So basically, the law of allowing is about letting go of the resistance and allowing others to be who they are, right? Because when you don't allow others to be who you are and you try to influence them, with our podcasts and our teachings, we're not trying to kind of influence you, but we are here for whoever is willing and thinks that they could use this in their lives. Mm-hmm. We're putting it out there, definitely putting it out there, but we're not here to preach or anything like that. Like,
we're not here saying that you have to do this.
Yes. And maybe I shouldn't have used preach. I'm sorry. That I don't want to offend anybody. But I'm
offended.
There are some out there.
Yeah, but offend. I mean, okay. Again, allow her to use her words.
Yeah. And also, if you want to get down to it like, you can't practice the law of allowing and say you have to practice the law of allowing.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Wow, this generation, eh? Yep. Right?
Everybody gets what I'm saying.
Right?
Question mark, exclamation mark. The law of allowing, okay? It basically states that you allow others to be who they are, and you in turn allow yourself to be who you are.
Yeah.
Okay? Without judgments or anything like that. So she lives a very different life than I do, and I live a particular way. But I'm going to allow her to live her life because this is her journey. You can look at people out there who maybe abuse their children or neglect their children or whatever the case is, and you might get really pissed off about it. But the fact of the matter is that is their journey. That is their journey.
And they only know what they know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And this is my journey. Yeah, I homeschool. I'm very universal. I'm big into the universal laws and whatnot. And I have close friends, actually family. I was raised in a very religious house, who don't get that. It's about God and not universal, and are having a challenging time allowing me to live my beliefs. So also the law of allowing is about accepting yourself for who you are. So having that feeling of I am that I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am who I am.
Yeah. And you should be proud of who you are, because, man, like, everybody in their own way is fucking awesome.
Oh, totally.
There's
and
something
you know
about
what?
Somebody that's just...
That homeless person on the street teaches me something. I allow him to be who he is. I allow them to be who they are, and I respect them, and they're no better than I am.
Yeah.
Or wait. That didn't sound
I think
so
that came
bad.
out right.
Did it?
I think so.
They are equal to me.
They're equal, yeah.
They are equal to me.
Well, yeah, because, like, nobody knows what got that person, what the hell, is why they got on the street, but, I mean, just because they live on the street doesn't make them any less human than you are.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
For me, I don't even put myself there anymore. And if I find myself there going, oh, why can't they just blah, 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 then I've been practicing it for so long, I pick myself up and I'm like, because I have differences with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I've reached the point of allowing where I allow them to be and say and experience whatever it is that they need to experience in their own journey.
Yeah.
And I just kind of take myself out of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, yeah, because, I mean,
like,
I think, like, I mean, unless you're, like, a monk, I don't think that you're ever really going to not have that bit of judgmental aspect in there. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's a human emotion, and I think
I have it too, but I've been practicing it so long, I'm able to recognize it.
Yeah, but at least if you can recognize it and you can transform it right away. I mean, I still have it too, even if I've mastered the law of allowing, I still kind of get there, but I mean...
Sometimes it's good, because when I find myself in that place, I'll be like, I'll recognize it, and I'll be like, why? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, if a few negative things are happening in my life, I'll stop myself out and be like, okay, what am I doing to create this type of reality? That's where personal responsibility comes in as well, right? Like, what am I doing? What do I need to do differently? I take a look at myself rather than look at that person and go, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. You are causing this.
Nailed that on the head. Yeah, I think you
right?
just nailed that on the head. Because that's something that, actually, I think we even brought that up in the level 1 just recently, too, was I think if you're feeling those feelings, it's definitely something that you're putting out.
Well, it is. That's personal responsibility, and I'm sorry to be the one. You guys might feel some negative feelings toward me, but this is what I'm here to do, is to kind of support you and teach you and pass all this information along. But I'm also here to give you a kick in the ass and say, you're the creators of your responsibility, or of your lives. So if you're experiencing shit in and day out, you got to take responsibility for that and change something.
Yeah. I mean, you can blame the world as much as you want for the shit that falls on you, but the more shit that you keep letting in, the more shit's gonna keep falling. So you got to take a step back and you got to figure it out why. I can tell you, with a lot of the stuff that was happening for me last summer, I was doing a lot of, and you actually pointed that out, and I was pissed off when you did. But it was so true, because you sit in this bubble and of feeling sorry for yourself, because, like, I felt like my world fell apart last year, but in essence, it wasn't actually falling apart. It was actually like rocks crumbling so that I can actually see this what I was supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. So I was doing a lot of blaming on my spouse, and it was his fault. A lot of the stuff was his fault. When I was like, well, maybe it's time I look at what I'm doing, and I've acknowledged a lot of that stuff.
And it wasn't Drake was upset or something? Is that?
I don't remember, but you freaking laced a new one into me, and I was like, "Oh, go F yourself." When I hung up the phone, I was pretty pissed off. But you know what? It takes someone, I think, once in a while to kick you in the ass and I mean, and you do it in a tactful way. I mean, it was not in any disrespectful way, but you need those things. But you need to be able to catch it, and now I can catch it on my own. I can catch when I'm starting to feel that stuff, and now I can change it on my own. But you need people like me and you to point that shit out. That's why you guys are watching right now.
You need me to point this shit out and kick you in the ass.
That's why I keep her around.
That's not all I do.
No. What else do you do?
I've had enough. I've had enough.
It's enough. Done.
It's enough.
Personal responsibility. Own up to your stuff, guys. And if you guys want your goals, like I want my Get Fit Transcona, I want this Biggest Loser challenge.
Oh, that's another thing that pisses you off too.
What's that?
Because I'm like, so write down your action steps. How the hell how are you gonna make it happen?
It's all up here.
No. You gotta write that shit down.
You know what? I actually have. Do you want me to show you the papers? I have all my action steps are in the computer somewhere already done. I just have to go out and do it now. But that's my personal responsibility now. That's my next step. Now that everything's done, I'm getting a couple things confirmed actually this week. And then starting, hopefully at the end of this week would be nice. Because this isn't too crazy of a week for me. That I'll be able to actually start hitting up some sponsorships.
The whole reason why we bring up the action steps in the level 1 and how we introduce it is because, damn quote, I need to get that tattooed on me or something. But Brian Tracy, okay, he was like my gateway to all of this mindset stuff. Brian Tracy, brilliant guy. If you've never heard of him, Google him. He's brilliant. But I always remember him saying, one of his things is, if you wanted something done, and I can still hear his voice in my head, do it now, don't do it now, do it now, don't do it later, do it now. He also said, if you have goals and you keep them to yourself, yeah, you may achieve them. Mm-hmm. But 75% increase when you verbalize it to somebody and then you write a date down. Okay, so for those action steps, for the Get Fit, find a location, right? Well, when are you going to find a location? What are you going to do to get a location? Well, write the date down. Do it tomorrow. Why can't you do it tomorrow? And blah, 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 right? And same thing with my camp, too. It was almost like, you know what? I'm going to book the hall. I got the hall booked. Now I'm forced into these action steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, well, yeah, like that was kind of why I started to spread the word with the Get Fit Transcona right away, was because now I've got people holding me accountable, and now we just...
You guys need to hold her accountable.
But see, and that's how you do it, man. Like, you get some people and they sit on your ass, and that's how shit gets done. And I mean, I'm sorry, but if you can, again, it's that whole, you can find an excuse to not do something, but...
If you want to get healthy, if you want to lose that 50 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever the hell it is, then tell somebody about it.
And then
write those action steps down and then put a date to them.
Yeah.
And make it happen. That was really challenging for this level 2, eh?
Or
this level 1.
Yeah.
Those action steps were a little bit more challenging than the first level 1.
Yeah.
They were like, what do you mean? I'll do it next week. Well, when next week?
Yeah.
What do you mean next week? Next week. And I'm like, no. Is it going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday? If so, put it down. And are you going to do it 5:30 a.m. or are you doing it 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
I want to see the date and I want to see the time.
And then you share this with some of your people around in your circle of people.
And another one that's really great is you got to write down who's your support system.
Yeah.
Who's going to help you make this happen? My name was on a few of them. I'm like, really? Me?
Yeah, let's add some more stuff.
Yeah.
But, and I think that's how you get your coaches involved. You get your, especially if you've got friends that are specific coaches, like, and if you want to use that healthy stuff, if you want to lose 50 pounds, there's always somebody in your life that's either a trainer, that they work out, get them involved somehow. Go work out with them. Mm-hmm. Come to Lions Den Fitness. Come hang out with us.
I go in the mornings.
My mornings are almost full.
Your mornings are packed.
They're packed.
I go in the mornings. I love going in the mornings, but I think I'm going to switch a couple days to the evenings because I really miss the evening girls.
Yeah.
And my sisters are in the evenings, and I would love to go running with them. Oh, my God. Tomorrow's 5K.
5K tomorrow. I'm going to sit back and do some lifting while y'all are running. I'm going to have an hour. to myself and somebody on the rower. The person on the rower, and you know who you are, you guys are going to row 5K. Enjoy. My gift to you. A healthy row. I haven't even rowed 5K yet. I don't know how that feels like. You'll have to let me know. No. I'm excited to see you. I've been after you for a year to get that 5K. We brought this 5K. I'm like spitting everywhere today. We brought up this 5K last year. I was talking to a few clients and they were like, "Oh yeah, you'll never do that. You'll never do that." So I programmed it. Don't tell me what I can't do.
You already did it twice, didn't you? Or did you just do it once?
No, we did it twice last year. And that was the reason we did it, was because somebody was like, you'll never program that. And I'm like, watch me. So programmed, check. And everybody who stepped up to it, when they came back, said, thank God you did that. Because it was so, a lot of people, well, one of your goals was to run 5K, was it not?
Yeah, I just didn't do it yet. Tomorrow. Oh.
She didn't do it yet. Because it was, excuse to not go and do it.
I'm not perfect.
So action steps, personal responsibility, owning up to your stuff, and allowing shit to happen. Allow people to be them, and allow yourself to be you.
Allow people to be them.
Be themselves.
Allow people to be them. And you can be them. Or you.
Allow people to be who they are. Is that better?
Yeah.
I think I need more coffee. I have not had enough yet today.
I don't think you do. This was fun.
This was a good one.
Okay, you know what? I know you guys absolutely love listening to Lynne and I talk because we're so awesome. However, I would love to have guests on.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to have, especially with these public ones. I think it'd be fun. Why was it good?
The Lynne.
No, you gotta get your shoulders in there though. She doesn't know how to do my dance.
No, not at all. I don't know how not to dance.
Cheers on that one. Yeah, if you guys, and also comments on the podcast too, guys, because it would be good to see if you guys have specific ideas that you want us to banter about and, I don't know, argue about sometimes. Disagree.
Banter?
Banter? Is that a...
That's the wrong word.
Banter? With the eyebrow?
What would it be?
Converse?
Converse, but debate.
Debate.
Yes, that's the right word.
Because we do debate on specific topics. I actually took one of our debates, our fiery debates. I actually edited that one out. I'm not going to get into that debate, but yeah, I think if you guys
let's
get us on
chat one day about that. That'd be definitely fun.
And
but
you know what?
At the end of it, I was like, all right.
She can, totally conceded to the point
that
I was making, only because I was right.
No. Okay, whatever. Anywho, we have some definite big differences in opinions that I think would be really interesting to discuss for people.
I think so, and yeah.
But I'm dying to have somebody on here. Who was it we were chatting about having on here?
I actually talked to Tracy, and I think I have her convinced to come on here.
Tracy.
So I want Tracy. I would love to have Laura on here because I think
Tracy and Laura. But you know who else I would love to have? No. I don't even know if I've ever told you, but I would love to have JC on here.
Ooh,
I would love to have JC on here. Just with her line of work and her energy work and everything. Like, I'm going to go see her first before we have her on here, but we only got 1 minute left here. But yeah, I think
her energy work is really, really
good.
She's done it on me a few times. The one time. And
yeah, I'm going to go and experience that as well.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for this week's podcast. Again, we have our own YouTube channel, Invest in Yourself course on the YouTube. So that's where this video is going to be. Subscribe, click, and like it, and post comments. share with your peeps. And
send us questions. You know what I would love to do as well is do one of these podcasts and have an open line and have people call in.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Because I'm totally down with doing some free coaching online.
And it's fun too when it's unscripted. And most of this, it is unscripted. We have like point form stuff, like literally it is like scratched on a piece of paper. But yeah, I like the free stuff too, where the whole freaking
freestyle.
Freestyle.
That's where my gangsta comes in. It's freestyle.
It's time to end this.
Bye.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
You.